A long Russian military reinforcement convoy, packed with fresh troops, armored vehicles, artillery systems, and critical supplies, was pushing hard toward the occupied land corridor into Crimea. Commanders thought the route was protected enough for a major troop movement. Then Ukrainian drones appeared. In a coordinated swarm attack, FPV kamikaze drones rained down from multiple directions. Explosions ripped through the column. Tanks and troop carriers burst into flames. Soldiers scattered for cover, and the entire reinforcement effort collapsed in smoke and chaos within minutes. Welcome to Military Force. Today we bring you a full detailed breakdown of how Ukrainian drone units located, tracked, and destroyed this Russian reinforcement convoy heading to Crimea. From the careful preparation to the dramatic strike and its far-reaching consequences, this is the complete story. If you're following the war in Ukraine, hit that like button right now and subscribe for more in-depth, frontline analysis. Ukraine's success against this reinforcement convoy was not a lucky break. It was the result of professional, months-long planning by Ukraine's unmanned systems forces, military intelligence, and special operations teams. Ukrainian commanders have made the isolation of Crimea a top priority. With the Kerch Bridge repeatedly damaged and ferry routes under pressure, Russia has been forced to push more troops and equipment through the vulnerable land corridor. Ukraine decided to turn that dependency into a weakness. The preparation phase was extensive and highly disciplined. For weeks, Ukrainian reconnaissance assets maintained constant surveillance over the main supply arteries running from Rostov-on-Don and Taganrog through Mariupol, Berdyansk, and Melitopol toward Crimea. Long-endurance drones, satellite imagery from partners, intercepted communications, and partisan reports helped build a clear picture of Russian reinforcement patterns. When large convoys moved, what escorts they used, and where they were most exposed. Intelligence teams identified key choke points on the route, narrow highway sections, bridges, and open areas where large columns had to slow down and bunch up. Engineers rapidly produced and modified specialized FPV drones for deep strikes, equipped with powerful shape-charge warheads capable of penetrating armored vehicles, advanced thermal cameras for night operations, extended battery life, and improved resistance to Russian jamming through fiber optic cables and AI-assisted navigation. Loitering munitions were also prepared to wait patiently above suspected routes. Drone operators underwent intensive training. They practiced in simulators replicating real convoy movements, learning to prioritize high-value targets, command vehicles first, fuel tankers second, and troop carriers to maximize casualties and disruption. Swarm tactics were perfected, using small scout drones to fix the target while multiple attack waves came in from different angles and altitudes. Coordination with artillery units for follow-up strikes was also drilled. Strict operational security ensured Russia had no warning of the focused operation. Deception was a critical part of the plan. Ukraine launched smaller probing attacks on other sections of the supply network and created fake electronic signatures to draw Russian air defenses and electronic warfare units away from the main corridor. They deliberately stayed quiet on certain stretches of road to make Russian logisticians believe those routes were relatively safe for large reinforcement movements. Forward launch teams quietly moved into hidden positions closer to the expected path. After careful monitoring, intelligence confirmed the movement of a major Russian reinforcement convoy. Dozens of vehicles carrying hundreds of troops, main battle tanks, armored personnel carriers, self-propelled artillery, and supply trucks heading to bolster defenses and offensive capabilities inside Crimea. Ukrainian command authorized the strike. The execution was fast, precise, and overwhelming. High-altitude reconnaissance drones had been tracking the convoy for hours, feeding real-time video and data to the command center. As the column entered the prepared kill zone, a vulnerable stretch of highway with limited escape options, the operation went live. Scout drones provided final confirmation of the convoy's speed, spacing, and composition. Then, waves of Ukrainian FPV drones launched from multiple hidden sites. The attack unfolded with terrifying speed. The first drone struck the lead vehicles, disabling tanks and creating instant roadblocks that trapped the rest of the convoy. Follow-up swarms targeted the middle and rear sections, slamming into troop carriers and artillery systems. Explosions cascaded down the line as fuel and ammunition cooked off in secondary blasts. Thick black smoke rose high into the sky, reducing visibility and causing panic among Russian soldiers. Russian escorts attempted to fight back with small arms and electronic warfare, but the sheer number of drones and the rapid pace of the assault overwhelmed their defenses. Some vehicles tried to veer off the road, but the surrounding terrain and continued drone harassment turned the area into a deadly trap. The entire strike phase lasted only a few intense minutes, but the destruction was massive. Post-strike drones remained overhead to assess damage, track surviving soldiers, and strike any immediate rescue or recovery efforts. Coordinated artillery fire, guided by live drone footage, finished off several high-value targets that survived the initial wave. What had been a powerful reinforcement column was left as a burning wreck stretching along the highway. The immediate aftermath was devastating for Russian forces. Losing dozens of vehicles and significant numbers of troops created immediate shortages in Crimea. Units already stationed on the peninsula faced delays in reinforcement, reduced firepower, and gaps in their defensive lines. The psychological blow was severe. Soldiers heading to Crimea now know that the journey itself is extremely dangerous, affecting morale and willingness to deploy. This strike is part of Ukraine's larger strategy to isolate Crimea without a direct large-scale ground assault. By repeatedly hitting reinforcement convoys, Ukraine is slowing the flow of fresh troops and equipment, making it harder for Russia to maintain or expand its positions in the south. The land corridor, once considered a reliable backup to the Kerch Bridge, is gradually turning into an extended battlefield where every movement carries high risk. Russia has tried to adapt. They've shifted to smaller convoys, increased electronic warfare protection, added more air cover, and attempted movements during bad weather or at night. But Ukraine's drone teams continue to evolve faster, improving autonomy, refining swarm coordination, and integrating new technologies that defeat jamming more effectively. The result is that Russian reinforcement efforts are becoming slower, more expensive, and more dangerous. Strategically, these operations have a compounding effect. Fewer reinforcements mean weaker defenses around key Crimean bases like Sevastopol. Air defenses become stretched, naval operations are more vulnerable, and ground forces struggle to rotate tired units. Every destroyed convoy raises the overall cost for Russia, while preserving Ukrainian lives and resources. What do you think will happen next? Will Russia be forced to reduce its presence in Crimea due to these relentless convoy strikes? Or will they find new ways to push reinforcements through? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you want more detailed breakdowns of Ukraine's drone operations, major ambushes, and strategic developments around Crimea, smash the like button, share this video with others who follow the war, and subscribe to Military Force. Turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates. Thanks for watching this full 18-minute analysis. Stay informed, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next mission breakdown.